Hi guys, how is everyone doing? So I am back tonight to do 2 card fronts. I haven't folded my card as yet. I'm just doing the fronts of them. I got us some sort of an idea what I want to do with bauble, and in fact I've ordered some bauble stamps on eBay earlier. Couldn't help it. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing on that one, and then the other one I'm not quite sure what takes my fancy as of yet. So I thought, why not put the camera on and you can join me for some crafting. So all I want to do is I want to make my background first before I go stamping my colour. And I'm just wetting my paper. I've obviously taped it down with some frog tape. And before somebody asks me, no, it's not any special tape. It's just mainly frog tape so that the colour blends. So I'm mixing my pink up, so red and white, to make pink. And if you want lighter pinks, obviously you use more whiter. And then I need one of these. Oh no, lucky that didn't go on the card, otherwise I would have been mortified. So I'm going to grab the, no, I should, yeah, it is. And then I'm going to take my angle brush and I'm just going to just want to make this colour blend a bit more. So pushing the colour and pulling it out to the sides will make it blend a little bit. And then this end, I'm going to go in a little bit purple to make a bit of darker pink. Make sure there's water on this side before we do it. Okay, and then we're going to take our water and we're just going to pull that up to the page. So it gives a nice deep colour to work from. There we go. Right, before I start getting in that tingle, I'm just going to press on with my kitchen roll, taking some of the colour off. There you go. So we've got a sort of a light base pink, and if you wanted to, you can make it go a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to dry this and then I am going to use a stamp and build on it. I want to show you, if you've done an accident with your watercolours, not to panic. So that's what we're going to do, a purposely made accident. So I want to dry this completely. Right, and then on my palette I have got pink of course made up, but I also got like a deep pink that you can use, and I'm going to use, this is a metallic red orchestra. I'll put the names of it here somewhere for you guys to know what colours I'm going on about. And I'm going to use this one. So there's three different, one is like a more like a red, one is a deep pink, and then the one's metallic. So to get these colours going, we need to make sure that all our colours go from our brush first. Now I'm going to stamp my image with the gathered twigs, the distress oxides. Distress oxides, because I just find that they're easier to use, especially with watercolour, because I don't want something that's going to smudge and drag my paint. I want something that's going to stay, and I'm really after the shape. So if the pattern doesn't come out that's on the bauble, there's a pattern on it, I don't know whether you guys can see, there's a pattern on it, but if it doesn't come out, I'm not stressing about it. Okay, so we'll have one there, we'll have one there, and we'll have one just there. Okay, now that ink is obviously giving us a more of a colour, but I want to make the colour stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to dry that. This is why I've ordered baubles, because I wanted a clear bauble. And I'm going to start off using our one of our pinks. I just want to get the water going. So I'm just basically, say that you've done your colour, you've done your stamp, and you're quite happy with the colour that has come out. Now I've gone over mine with the inks. I'm just going to take some of that ink off and decide what side I want the colour to stay on. So I think by here, this side is where the light side's going to be. Let me lower you down. Okay. The next colour, I have this one. And you can see, just see me tilting the brush in order for the paint to soak the brush rather than the other way around. And I'm just going to go here. And I'm just going to go there. And I'm going to take my purple. And I'm just moving that colour around. And if I've gathered up too much water, which is always a good thing, it's never a bad. I'll take my metallic. I haven't yet worked with these. Okay. So I want a clear start run again. Come on. There you go. And I'm going to make this one behind a little bit lighter. You can just see the colour starting to bleed, which is a good thing. That's got a little bit too much water for my liking. Okay, so say now, just to say for argument's sake, that you decided to, you've done all your painting, but you've decided that you've gone round the lines. Wait, now let me just say that you've done this, okay, and there, let's do on this one as well, and you think, oh, I've gone over the stamp. Well, that's a good thing, not a bad. And the reason that's a good thing is make sure there's a load of water on your brush, and you can drag the colour come on, drag the colour away from there. See how it's created almost like a drop effect? And I can fix all this up later with some more colour. So while that's sort of sinking, drying, let's work on this colour. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to do a real faded pink. And then I'm going to go in on my red. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this red. And then in with my, now all those colours look as if they've been seeping into one. Well, actually, I'm going to create a bit of whiteness in a second. So again with this one, because I want it to run. Now, do you want it to run that much, or would you prefer a bit of a okay, so I'm going to dry all that, and then I'm going to fix up the outline of it. Okay, so it looks almost like a faded bauble. So you could either do two things. Now what I'm going to do, since that is dry, I'm going to do more paint than I am water, and I'm just following my outline with the gold. That's all I want to do. And I can retouch this up, which I will in a second, with something else. See, and it just works. And I'm just going over, like I say, I got more paint than I have. I'm using the real fine bristles on my brush. Okay, now I've got some watercolor pens that I'm gonna watercolor pencil rather, that I'm gonna sort of fix that up so it becomes a little bit clearer. If I can get it in my drawer. No, not in there, so they must be out. Now the question is, what have I done with them? Okay, I'm gonna go look for my watercolor pencils and I shall be back. So I'm back. I have my watercolor pencils here. So what we want to start off with is, because I've used the gold as the outline, I'm just going to outline it a little bit more with my pencil, with the brown. And I'm going to go, this is black, so I'm just going to make the bauble up the top. Because we've used red and different variations of pinks, okay, so now I'm going to take some of the water away, and the reason for that is I think I've done too much. Just where the light hits it. That's better. You can see that you don't always have to stay in the lines. You can go out and still get the same effect. There you go. And you can see the baubles coming to life. Now, I'm not going to use my paintbrushes to do the last little bit. What I want to do, now you can use a real detailed brush if you want to. I'm just having a look to see if I got black. No, I haven't. I'm going to use my pencil, and all I'm going to do, so I'm going to be activate this in a second with water. Is do our lines or our dipping it in my water pad. It's frightened of. Just dipping it into my water again with the brushes. I'm just taking the excess off. Now, I will say that I'm back to card making these past couple of days because I've given my sewing a bit of a break. There we go. And then you can write whatever you want underneath. So that is my, I've got a little stamp actually that just says Merry Christmas or Season's Greetings. Which one we want to use. Oh, this one. Have a holly jolly Christmas. We'll use that one. So you could use your bauble stamp. Now, I bought on eBay because I couldn't find my bauble stamps. I have bought a clear stamp. So mine's a lot clearer because that one, the one I just showed you, that's, as you saw when I printed it out, it's got its own image. So where do I want it? I think I'm going to have it here. Have a holly jolly Christmas. That's what it says. And if you want to activate that, all you have to do, you don't even have to get your brushes out for this, because my paper's dry. And then when this is completely dry, now I tend not to do anything with my pictures until they're completely dry. But when it's completely dry and then there's nothing on there that you want to go on there or anything like that, when it's completely dry, spray some hairspray on it, because your hairspray will the lacquer in the hairspray will allow it not to smudge or even come off after time. So once this is completely dry, that's what I'll do. Now I will say this isn't, I had a bit of inspiration for this. My inspiration came from a lovely lady on YouTube, and I can't remember her name, so I'm going to show you her channel. And I'm newly subscribed to her, and I just thought, what a clever idea. Why not give this a go? I watch so many crafting videos, it's hard to know where it's come from. So let me see if I can find it quickly. And she was amazing, and she did it with a clear bauble. Of course, I'm doing mine with a W+9 design, that's what she's called, and she did hers with a clear bauble. And I really like the idea of spreading. I've spreaded the colour before, but I like the idea of the hanging of the baubles. So let me just turn it, and I'll link her video in the description bar below. That's where my inspiration came from, and she did do a little bit of splatters, which is a good idea. So I'm going to do that before I head off. I've actually got, I'm going to use my calligraphy inks. Now I've got purple and I've got red. Crimson with purple might look nice on it. This is the first time I'm using my calligraphy inks. So let's see if we can use them. Right. If I can open the tin. There you go. Right, so I want, now with these you don't fill them up, you slot them in your little hole, right, and then you open this out. This is the first time I'm using this, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to go completely wrong. And I'm going to get a piece of kitchen roll, and I'm going to do a couple of splatters. So what you tend to do with this is the idea is you fill it up go. You fill it up. That might be a bit too much. Ah! Supposed to fill it up and why did I bother? And when I just can't leave something alone. I'm going to go for it. May as well go for it. Oh, the thing's coming out now. Bought these from the range. Oh, God. Bought these from the range. Ah, there you go. It's coming out. I don't want to do too much in case I do. Oh. Oh, that's what I can do. Have a holly. Jolly. Just using my words. Christmas. Hey, that's more better. I kind of like the blobs on it now. And I think I'm going to put this down before I get paint all over me and ink all over me. And I think I'm going to make another one in a second and use the crimson and see what the crimson's like. Before I go, let's use some of the gold. I didn't think, when I did it, I thought, oh, I've spoiled it, but I haven't actually. I know it's come out a bit too thick. Come on. I just want a little bit more. That's better. Got the hang of it now. Tilt it. And again, and I think I might do white as well. There. That's better. So even though I thought I made a mistake with the purple ink, which the purple ink is called Violet, I bought these to do a bit of calligraphy, and since I bought them, I haven't used them. But you can use absolutely anything to make yours. You don't have to do the blobs. It's just I fancied putting a little bit of a touch on it. So I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, I will pop the link down below, and that lady's name is called, and she did her flicks with the paint, W+9 Design, that's what she's called, and she's an amazing person if you're after any watercolor ideas or anything like that. She's absolutely amazing, and she really shows in her video, probably she's shown a lot better than me, how to spread the color and how to make a mistake a happy accident. So like I say, I'm using a smaller bottle, but hopefully when I get my big one, I'll be able to use the big one. I do hope you've enjoyed. Please let me know in the comment section as always, and I will see you all with another card front, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a lovely rest of the week or wherever you are in the world, and until then I will see you all then. Bye for now.